Hey everybody, it's day 110 of the 222 days of push-ups, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's actually a big conversation happening right now in the WhatsApp group, which is being able to text message customers. So it's a huge opportunity to get a hold of people. It's the difference between texting and calling. Calling is a phenomenal option. It's one of, to me, it's my number one option. I'll always try and call somebody first, but the difference between texting and calling somebody is communicating and contacting them on your time. So when you want to do it, you've initiated the call. Now, when you text somebody, the biggest difference is that they're actually communicating on their time. So they get the text message, they don't have to choose to read it, they can respond when it makes sense to them. That is the biggest functionality, I guess, in terms of difference when it comes to texting and calling. Texting is something that I don't think we do enough of, and it's something that is a huge opportunity to take advantage of. I just seeing some of the messages, I think a lot of people aren't doing it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how to do it properly. So proper text messaging, the first thing you need to properly text message somebody is, believe it or not, their cell phone number. So there's a lot of people, a lot of customers right now that we don't have their cell number on file. So getting into that habit of when you speak to somebody, confirming whether or not we've got their cell number, whether it's a cell number or a home number, especially when they're previous customers. And if we don't have their cell number, make sure you get that on file. Now, the second thing is the actual content. So the content of the message is mission critical. If it's not a good text message, it can actually do more harm than good. So the things that I would say that are critically important when putting together a text message for a customer is, one, to make it personal. This is not a copy paste mass text. So again, make sure that it's personal. It's about what you're trying to get a hold of them for. Evan Skelly just put a few examples in there. I thought they were great because they were different. It was, hey, I'm messaging you to set up an estimate. And the next one was, hey, it was about power washing. It was the customer's name. It was personal. It meant that, hey, look, you aren't just another person that I'm mass texting right now. I'm texting you for a specific reason, which is a really important piece. The other piece of the content is making sure that the tone is right. So the tone should be significantly more professional than if you were just sending somebody, a friend, a message. But at the same time, not so professional that it feels scripted and just weird. So I loved, again, in Evan's message, we had some exclamation marks, and it was really friendly, but it didn't cross the line into, I guess, too casual. It kept the professional level, but at the same time, it wasn't like it was a scripted message that he'd sent 10,000 other people. So I thought that was, again, the tone is really important. The content, the actual words really do matter. For me, it's like you're not using slang, it's using proper punctuation. Again, capitalizing typically for me, College Pro window cleaning, that's just something that stands out to me. It's a proper business name. So capital C, College, P, Pro, W, window, C, cleaning, College Pro window cleaning. It feels a little bit more professional. I think that the last piece, so I'd say, again, having the mobile number, the content, so how it feels and what it says are super important, but then is the time that you choose to send it is also massive importance. I would just be very, very careful. Do not text message customers at 11 p.m. You're gonna get a lot of really pissed off people. It's not professional. You wanna keep it, I'll say, within business hours or close to the fringe. So I think something between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. are appropriate times to text message somebody about business. So again, as early as 8 a.m. For me, that's when actually you're gonna get a hold of me the most. We've been sending as a company a bunch of corporate messages starting at 8 a.m. We've done a number of waves, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and we haven't really had any complaints at all about an 8 a.m. text message being too early. But be very careful, like I said, don't text message people on what would, again, be their personal time, typically, which is into the later evenings, which might be when you have the most free time. So again, make sure you got the mobile number, make sure the content is friendly but professional, make sure that you've got the proper punctuation and that it's personalized and it's actually a individual custom message to the person that you're sending it to. And then on top of that, make sure you're sending at an appropriate time for somebody to be running a business. So if you do those things, I think you're gonna be able to get a hold of so many more people, book so much more work. The things you can text message people for is following up on estimates, setting up estimates. Your confirmations for the next week are super important to be able to do through text message. You can go back and forth and reschedule and do a bunch of different things that way. Booking your previous customers, there are so many things that you can use text messaging for. Just don't use it as a crutch. don't be afraid to pick up the phone still. There's a lot of people that want to speak voice to voice, but using proper text messaging is going to give you a huge option and another opportunity to be able to take advantage of and get a hold of people. So I know I'm a bit longer here today, but I just think it's such a huge thing that we're not taking advantage of, especially based on the conversations that are going on right now in the WhatsApp. And I think it's something that can have a huge impact for everybody. So again, that's push-up number 110. Gosh, my right arm's a little tired from holding that up for 5 minutes. But again, it's all about attitude, everybody. It is Thursday. We still got, 3 big days after today to get out there and really, really push it. This is the time of the year to do it. Hope everybody's doing something to make sure that momentum is moving in the right direction. Talk to everybody tomorrow on Friday.